In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Social Security and how they just lost billions of dollars. Is this cause for concern? Well, that's a really good question and exactly what I'm going to discuss right here in the video. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on. I know recently we got a very important report out of Social Security that examines all the finances of the Social Security program and the beneficiaries as well. Well, that's exactly what I want to discuss for you here in this video because you have a right to know all of this information, which is exactly why they release this information so you know what's going on. But believe it or not, and huge surprise, they actually lost billions of dollars, a lot of money. But do we really need to be concerned about this going forward? Again, I'm going to let you decide all that on your own as I give you all the details here in this video. So let's jump right into it and talk about what's going on and what this report actually highlighted about Social Security. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so. I'm here for you every single day. I'm doing the research, watching the headlines, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, doing anything I possibly can right now to help out low income and fixed income beneficiaries. I know it's a really rough time and we all need a whole lot more money, as well as you need to know what is going on with these programs and your monthly benefits. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Again, totally free to do so. I love free stuff. My favorite price in the whole world, right? Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And let's talk about the details of this report and what it means when Social Security loses billions of dollars, right? All right, so recently, we received the annual Social Security Board of Trustees report. Now, this is a report that we get once annually. We just got it not that long ago. Well, I've been digging through the report, and there's a ton of different numbers within this report and a lot of great information. Well, I want to share with you here in this video exactly why they lost billions of dollars. Now, you might be wondering, okay, like billions, are you talking like 2 billion, 4 billion, 100 billion, 900 billion? Like, how much are you talking here, right? To be exact, they lost $41 billion last year. Why? What were they doing with it? Where did it go? Right? Yeah. If any of us lost, say, I don't know, $41, $410, $4,100, something like that, we'd probably want to know, where did it go? What happened to it, right? We may need to report to a spouse in some cases where the spouse might be saying, hello, where did that money go, right? And at that point, we need to report and we need to say what happened to it, right? I think. Anyway, let me share with you exactly what happened. So, the Social Security Board of Trustees annual report gives us a glimpse into their forecasts going forward, the finances of Social Security, and some different details on the previous year as well. So we just got it for 2024, right? So right now as I film this video, we're in 2024. But they also gave us some information on the numbers from 2023, so we have a good idea of what happened last year, right? Well, here's what's really interesting. Let me ask you really quickly, how much money do you think Social Security brought in last year? It's a big number, I'll tell you. It's over $1 trillion. Do you want to guess really quickly? I'll tell you right now, okay? So last year, they brought in $1.351 trillion. That's how much they brought in through Social Security payroll taxes, through interest on the money in the trust fund, as well as collection of taxation on Social Security benefits. $1.351 trillion. It's a massive amount of money, right? I can tell you this much. If you're not sure how much money that is, you would be very, very, very happy with that much money. In fact, you would be the richest person in the world like multiple times over, okay? So it'd be super fun, right? You could buy anything with that. You could buy countries, multiple countries with that amount of money. That's crazy. That's a ton of money. Anyway, so that's how much they brought in last year. That was their income, okay? That was their income last year, 2023. However, how much money do you think they spent last year? Now think of it this way. Now obviously for you and me and everybody else out there, we all have kind of, the same kind of situation. We have income on an annualized basis and we also have expenses. Now unfortunately, our numbers personally are much, much, much smaller than Social Security. When we talk, we're talking about thousands of dollars, right? So we maybe earn, say, $10,000, $15,000, maybe $20,000 in a year, something like that. And then our expenses are X, how much our expenses for that year as well, right? And it gives us a number. Are we in the red, as in we lost money, or are we in the black? Did we actually have an income higher than our expenses? Well, in this case, Social Security was in the red. In other words, they spent more money than they actually brought in through income, right? So let me share with you the numbers now, okay? So remember, their income last year, Social Security brought in $1,351 billion last year of income. Not a bad income in a year, right? That's a massive annual income. However, their expenses are where the major problem came in. They spent more than they brought in. In other words, they have a little bit of a spending problem. Okay, no, they don't really. I'm just saying, okay? If any of us had this problem, we'd say, uh-oh, we should probably cut back on our spending, right? But in this case, this is actually good for the beneficiary. So now let me tell you how much they spent. Last year, they spent sorry, let me start over. Big numbers here, they're confusing me, okay? Sorry. $1.392 trillion is how much they spent last year. So $1.392 billion is how much they spent last year. Well, okay, their income was $1.351 trillion, and they spent $1.392. In other words, they had a deficit of $41 billion. In other words, they spent $41 billion more last year in 2023 than what they actually brought in income. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's a little bit of a problem, right? So yes, this actually did bring down the Social Security Trust Fund a little bit, okay? In fact, the trust fund actually went down by $41 billion. But do we need to be worried? Is this going to impact our benefit? Are our benefits going to be ending? Are our benefits going to be cut? Is this going to have any impact to the beneficiary? Right now, the answer is no. No impact to the beneficiary, no impact whatsoever, except for the fact that the trust fund did go down by $41 billion. Again, that's a ton of money that it went down, but if we look at how much money is in the trust fund, which is $2.788 trillion, okay? That's a lot of money, okay? So if we look at the big picture here, considering they have $2.788 trillion in the trust fund, and the trust fund went down by $41 billion, that's a drop in the bucket. That's like nothing, okay? When we're talking nearly $3 trillion, and we have a reduction of $41 billion, that's nothing, okay? That's not very much. Think of it this way. You have $27,880 in your bank account, and your balance goes down by $410. Okay, does it really matter that much? At the end of the day, yeah, it matters a little bit, but it's really not that much, okay? It's really not much compared to the balance of your bank account. Does that kind of make sense? Same situation here when it comes down to Social Security. So yes, trust fund did go down. They technically did lose $41 billion last year because they spent more than they brought in income, but at the end of the day, is it going to impact the program in any way, shape, or form? No. Is it going to impact checks in any way, shape, or form? No. Is it going to impact the beneficiaries? No. Today it's not going to, right? But here's the problem going forward as well. As we continue to draw down the trust fund because we're spending more than we bring in through income in Social Security, eventually, yes, all of this will catch up to the program. Eventually, yes, all of this will reduce the Social Security Trust Fund. And eventually, yes, this will impact the beneficiary. If we continue at this same trajectory here, and if we continue at the same pace that we're going, then yes, at some point in the distant future, this will have a major impact on the program, on the benefits, on the checks, on Social Security beneficiaries. Does that make sense? But today, no. For the foreseeable future, no, it will not have any impact. But yes, they did lose billions. Make sense? I know, clear as mud, right? Anyway, I hope this makes sense, but again, nothing to fear now, but it is something we still want to keep an eye on. And again, the Social Security Board of Trustees, yes, absolutely keeping an eye on this as well. Very important to continue watching these metrics. At the end of the day, this is the money of the beneficiaries that eventually will be distributed at some point in the future on a monthly basis. Make sense? Anyway, I hope this helps you as always. If you want me to come back and clarify on this further, let me know down below in the comment section. Otherwise, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. There's thousands in the video library. Otherwise, share this video with your friends on your social media. There's a share button right down below as well. And go back and check out any of the videos down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I've hand selected some for you there, as well as right now on your screen popping up. You'll see some videos popping up there. Check those videos out. So again, thank you so much. Make your selection now, and I'll see you again in just a few seconds in the next video. Thank you so much, and